Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back. I hope everyone's having a positive and productive day so far. I'm Kel with the Planner Isle, and today I'm reviewing the February Deluxe subscription by 8Lotus and sharing all the ways you can use the items inside. I've been super happy with 8Lotus's subscription so far, and I'm really looking forward to February. With Valentine's Day coming up, I'm assuming we'll get a few Valentine's Day themed items, and I'm curious how they're gonna incorporate a very flowery and heart themed day into functional planner supplies. Make sure to stick around until the end for my final thoughts. And as always, feel free to leave me a comment below with any questions or topics that you'd like for me to include in my next video. Without further ado, let's hop in. So first we have our vellum card that details what's in the box. The first two categories are what's in the classic subscription, and all four categories are included in the deluxe. Then we have a thank you card, a horizontal calendar card for February, and a square journaling card that says kindness is free, sprinkle it everywhere, and we do get these with every box and every purchase that you make on their website. Next, for Deluxe subscribers, we have our planner accessories pack. They include one of these each month, which is fantastic. Each pack has a monthly intentions card, 3 matching journaling cards, 3 smaller print cards, and a date card. For February, our 3 intentions are practice self-compassion, stay open to learning, and set healthy boundaries, which are really great messages and reminders to have for the second month of the year. This card is one of their more colorful ones. You can see they really leaned into the Valentine's Day theme with deep and medium red rose petals as the background. The 3 matching prompt cards are beige, red, and a sort of deep dark green color that pair well with the larger card. And then the 3 smaller print cards are one of a woman wearing a red bow, a snowy forest, and a print of red roses. I typically don't use the smaller ones, but I like the idea of having the option to use these in smaller areas of your agenda, or maybe even your notebooks or wallets or anywhere else where you may want a little pop of color or design. The last item in the planner accessories pack is the date card, and this lives in my main agenda. You have a small Monday start calendar at the top and then 6 lines to write tasks or goals for the month below that. I'm not a fan of red, but I'm going to continue to use the intentions cards in the front of my planner like I normally do, mainly because I love the intentions on here, especially practicing self-compassion. I have so many things that I want to do this year, and ever since November, things have not exactly gone as planned, and I tend to be really hard on myself, so I definitely like having this here in the front as a reminder to not rush myself and to give myself grace. Next, we have 4 dashboards. These 2 are included in the classic subscription, and all 4 are included in the deluxe. So looking at these 2 first, this is the Quietude dashboard. It's printed on a thin transparent vellum. At the top, you have Quietude in all caps, Q in the middle, and then the definition of quietude at the bottom, which is a state of stillness and calm. I didn't realize quietude was an actual word. I always thought it was slang or a word that the internet kind of made up, but it's an actual Webster's dictionary word, so learn something new every day. I like this dashboard. It's super simple and clean and pairs really nicely with its companion, which is the abstract acrylic dashboard. Here you have a sort of wet acrylic paint photo printed on a medium weight cardstock in multiple shades of white, and the way the photo is depicted here, it really picks up depth and shadows, which is cool to see. I love the look of the texture and the stroke, and it pairs so well color-wise and theme-wise with the Quietude dashboard. The minimal colorway really reflects the messaging, which is what I like the most about these 2. They both complement each other really well and give off a nice calming vibe. I'm not sure how I'm going to use these. I really like that this one is double-sided, so I may use this as a bottom layer for one of my existing vellum dashboards, but we'll see. I think people are going to like this, especially those who prefer simplicity in their agendas. The next 2 dashboards are the seasonal dashboards that come in the deluxe subscription only. First is the February monthly vellum cover. They're sending a cover each month, but each design is a little different. This one is very similar to October's cover, which was one of my favorites. The font on February's is a little thinner, but the layout is the same, and these are all a thin semi-transparent vellum with black ink. I do want to mention that the ink does lift easier on their dashboards than other similar dashboards that I've had. If you look at January's here, you can see some of the black is coming off the lettering. It may not be a big deal to most people, but something to keep in mind, this is layered under an insert or something else that you don't want ink transfer on. It comes paired with the Petals dashboard, which you can tell is definitely Valentine's Day themed. Here you have a photo of rose petals falling over top a black background. This one is also printed on the front and back on medium weight cardstock. So every seasonal dashboard they've sent since they started offering a Setbox subscription has been my favorite item of the box. I always interchange them in the front of my agenda with each month. This one I'm not loving. It's a beautiful dashboard, but as I mentioned earlier, I'm not a huge fan of red at all. I understand this is February's box and it's Valentine's Day themed, so it makes sense for the box, but for me, I won't be using this one. I currently have the one from January in my main agenda, but I think I'm going to use the December one for February. I love the forestry look of this one, and it still feels like February. The Petals one, I'll end up storing away for now, but I do think it's a nice dashboard and design. The print is really pretty, and I love that the petals are wrapped to the back. Great for those who leave their agendas open on their desks. If you're a fan of reds or florals, then you'll probably enjoy this. Next, we have our inserts for February, and this is one of my favorite things about this subscription. They've been sending 4 each month, which is a godsend for functional planners. This month, our inserts are daily plan, weekly routine, mini grid, and exercise log inserts. So starting with the daily plan inserts first, here we have 15 sheets front and back, so 30 pages total. At the top, you have a line to write the date and then 2 timed columns. The left side has blocks from 5 to 2 and the right side has 3 to 12. And then you have a notes graph grid at the bottom. So off the bat, I think these are fantastic inserts if you use dailies in your agenda. All of their inserts we've received so far come undated, so you can try these out at any point during the year. But what I'm most happy to see are these half-hour blocks. If you're in a meeting-heavy role, or if you have a lot of appointments or events throughout the day, having half-hour blocks are pretty much a necessity. It's really the only thing I don't like about my current weekly inserts, although I do make it work by just adding half-hour blocks myself, but it gives you a lot more control over your day and lets you see your day a little more zoomed in. I also love the general look of these. They're very simple and straightforward. You don't have extra checklists or dials or a bunch of sections. It's a nice bare bones layout with your time blocks and a notes area, which gives you the flexibility to use it a number of different ways. If you want to have an area where you list priorities or tasks, you can use the grid below to make your own list, or maybe use a sticker or a line and make your own sections. If you watch my other videos, y'all know I have a love-hate relationship with daily inserts. I very rarely use them. In the past, I pretty much only used them if I had a particularly busy day coming up, but I've always liked the idea of having a daily focus sheet. This year, I ended up purchasing this custom notebook, also by 8Lotus, and I chose a daily plan layout for exactly this reason. Having daily inserts in my planner never really worked for me personally. They always bulked up my planner, and I didn't have enough space to look back on prior days. So for me, having a separate little notebook for my daily tasks, if I need to use it, works better for my routine. But that's the beauty of functional and intentional planning. It's never a one size fits all, and I know a lot of people love and benefit from having daily inserts. If you are one of those people, these are a wonderful option for you. Or if you're not sure, there's a month of inserts here that you can try out and see if you like it. Another reason why getting inserts and sub boxes is so helpful, it allows you to try out different layouts and styles first before spending money on something you may not even want. Great dailies. I love everything about these. Great addition to the box. Next, we have weekly routine inserts. There's 15 sheets total, so that's 15 weeks of inserts. On the front, you have a line to write the date, and then your weekdays listed below that. Each day has 1 column for AM and 1 for PM, with 5 lines in each box. The front has Monday through Thursday, and on the back, you have Friday through Sunday, with an area for notes at the bottom. So these are neat little inserts that I think lend themselves well to like task or list style planning. I wouldn't recommend these for primary scheduling, but these would be excellent for listing out your tasks for each day if you did want to use it as a task planner, or if you wanted to use it as more of a routine sheet, you can list out the tasks you complete each day as like a general check-in list. So for example, maybe Mondays and Wednesdays you have weekly recurring meetings, Fridays you submit your timesheets, Thursday evenings you have a workout, and maybe Tuesday and Thursdays you have classes. You can list that here as an overview of what your typical week looks like, and then this could live in the front of your weekly section in your agenda, almost like a routine card, but you could list out more of the detail and more specific events that would apply. If you wanted to use it as a task list, you could make a little checklist or boxes and write the things you need to complete in order of of importance, or maybe use a highlighter and color code those to-dos that require special attention. You could also use this as a tracker of sorts, so maybe you're tracking what times of day you're eating the most calories, or maybe you're tracking the best times to work out. Because this is split by AM and PM, it lets you see your tasks or activities in a way that could be beneficial if you have things or areas in your routine that you have a preference for doing in the morning versus the evening. I like that this can be used in a number of different ways, so that's exciting to see. Another versatile insert, and I think people will get good use out of these. Next are the mini grid note inserts. There's 15 sheets front and back, so 30 pages total, and these are very straightforward inserts. At the top, you have a line for your date or subject, and then you have a large graph grid with mini squares, which is a fun play on a standard graph grid. And you can use these in the exact same way as you use a standard graph grid spread, or if you want to utilize the mini grid style, this would be great for charting or making little habit trackers. Because you have so many squares, you have a lot more notches for you to add more info. It probably wouldn't work if you have a lot of text that you're charting, but if you're color coding or something, this would be a great option. The other thing is because the squares are tighter, your writing can look a lot cleaner and it has a much more architectural type feel to it. And if you use this to make lists, you have the option to make smaller boxes using 1 square or a larger checkbox using 4 squares. Again, this is a super straightforward insert and you can use this in a number of different ways. I love graph grids and I don't have any mini grids, so this will definitely go in my miscellaneous section in my everyday carry. I love to see alternate versions of popular layouts, so this is definitely a win for me. The last insert they included this month is the exercise log inserts. Here we have 15 sheets front and back, so 30 pages total. And these are also super simple. You have 3 columns, the first to write your date, the middle to list the description or type of exercise, and the last to list how long your workout was, or you can use this for number of reps or sets if you're doing strength training. I don't really have too much to say about this one. I think it's a very easy to use insert that has a lot of practical use. It may be a little too bare bones for a lot of people, but if your intention is to track your progress of your workouts, then this insert can certainly help with that. And you can use it as one running log to help save space, which is nice. I would have liked to see maybe the middle column as a grid layout so you could easily list and section off your exercise by type, but that's nitpicky and you can still do that with the lines, although it won't look as clean. I don't have any plans to use this at the moment. I use a bullet journal right now to track all of my fitness, but if I ever do go back to a 6-ring agenda to track my well-being, I'll definitely use these in my exercise section. I'm glad they include 4 inserts each month, and I hope they continue to do so. It's such a good way for planners to try out different layouts and different ways to plan out our days without having to try and decide from browsing the website alone. Sometimes you need to test out a spread for a little while before you know if it's going to work, so super happy we get the chance to do that with these boxes. So moving on from inserts, next we have a set of 21 no-buy tracker cards. And these are printed on a medium weight white cardstock. At the top it says 30-day no-buy with a section to list the category or items, a section for the start date and end date, and then 30 blocks to check off as you meet each goal each day. So right off the bat, I love these little cards. When I first saw them, I thought they were sticky notes, but these are separate planner cards that you can use in your credit card or passport pockets in your agenda or plastic pockets if you use those in your planner. No spend trackers are super beneficial for so many reasons, but one of the primary reasons I'm a fan is that not only does it help you save money, but for me, it helps with self-discipline, especially when I know I don't need something or there's a cheaper or better alternative, and it gives me a specific and measured goal to work towards. It's almost like the difference between saying I'm going to work out more this month versus saying I'm going to work out at least 12 days this month. Putting down a specific number, it gives me something to shoot for that's visible. With these cards, for me, one of the immediate categories I'm going to use it for is delivery apps. I order DoorDash and Instacart way too much, and all the service and delivery fees really start to add up. I get so busy throughout the day that the last thing I want to do is go to the grocery store, but that's really what I need to start doing. It's not just good for me physically to get away from my desk, but it also saves money, so it's really a win-win. And because these are cards, if you don't want to use this in your planner, this would be perfect for your wallet or wherever you budget or track your purchases. And since they did include 21, you can have a different goal each month depending on your personal goals. So maybe this month you have a no spend on junk food, and then next month it's stationery. You could do a no spend on online shopping or other non-essentials. financials, anything you want to cut back on, or any areas you want to focus on financial-wise would be great to use these for. I plan on housing these in my budget planner. It'll likely live in my front pocket here. As far as filling it out, you can check off each day as you complete it, or use stickers or dot markers to mark each day that you met your goal. But I'm super excited to use these, and I'm looking forward to challenging myself to stick to it. Next, we have a set of small transparent dot stickers in the color ash gray. They include 2 sheets with 40 stickers on each, so there's 80 total. So if you've been in the functional planning world, you know that transparent dot stickers are a staple in the planner community. There's so many ways to use these, from marking dates to color coding and everything in between. I've been using transparent dots for years, and I honestly don't know what my days will look like without them. They help me remember so much during my weeks and really help me stay organized more than any other tool in my agenda. I love the color of these, and they're actually really similar to the ones I use in my monthly spread to mark bills I need to pay. I use the cream micro dots by Daisy Papers, and these look to be the same size and transparency with a slightly darker hue. So if you like the look and size of the ones I have here, then the 8Lotus ones will be a very close match. The other thing I love about these is the size of the sheet. Because they're so small, these can fit just about anywhere, which makes them super portable. That's the downside of larger sticker sheets. You have to find space for them, but these are such a great addition to any planner subscription. The color is neutral as well, so it'll match a number of color schemes and styles. I likely won't be using these, but that's because I already purchased a large collection of transparent dot stickers for 2025. If you're in the market for dot stickers, or you want to try a new shop or size, I think these would be a great option to try. And if you've never used dot stickers, or you're searching for a way to highlight dates on your calendar, I highly recommend these to help organize your day. I promise you won't regret it. Next, they included a Valentine's Day card, and this is such a cute little add-on for February. It says "Love You" on the front in maroon lettering, the inside is blank, and it comes with a matching maroon envelope as well. This is a super simple card that would be perfect to send to your loved ones or include with a gift for Valentine's Day. I love its simplicity, and I also like the maroon coloring as opposed to a bright red or pink. It gives it a much classier look and feel. I unfortunately have no plans to use this year. Maybe next year I'll have a +1, who knows, but I think it's a great little card and a nice addition to the February box. Last, they included one pen this month. This is the Pentel Energel and Free Gel Pen in the color Burgundy. It has a 0.5mm tip. If you subscribe to the Cloth and Paper Intention box, you'll note that we got this pen in their box last month. So I'm thinking Pentel or their manufacturer sent out a ton of these to different companies in bulk, but it's a really nice pen and the color matches the theme perfectly. Pentel pens are some of my favorite. They write super smooth and they tend to last a long time as well. A lot of people don't use colored pens, but this could be a nice contrast color if you're looking for a color opposite black in your agenda. And the red doesn't look washed out or tacky. It's a very rich burgundy, which pops nicely off of white. If you're a Cloth and Paper subscriber, then you now have 2 of these, but this is a solid pen and a nice touch for February. And that wraps up the February Deluxe box by 8Lotus. So overall, this was a great box full of practical items we can use in our agendas. I feel like this one was more heavily themed than previous boxes, but they still managed to not go overboard. My favorite item this month are the no spend planner cards. It's such a necessary item to have in this day and age for anyone who's watching their finances or manages a budget. And I like that they're in planner card form instead of a full out insert. It allows you to use it much more broadly. My least favorite item this month is the Petals dashboard. I think it's a nice dashboard and design, but I'm not personally a fan of red, especially so much over a large area like this. But all in all, another solid box from this company. The inserts were great this month, and they included dot stickers, which I think a lot of people are going to love. I'm curious about March and what the theme will be, so definitely looking forward to what next month has in store. And that is it, you guys. If you found this video helpful and you want to see more planning and organizational content, please hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps my channel out a lot. Also, don't forget to follow me over on Instagram for more planner tips and inspo, sending positive vibes your way. Until next time, stay safe and have a wonderful rest of your day.